Alright, what's going on, guys and gals? It's me, Ashley. Welcome to a video. So, it's been a while since I've done a reaction video. And I figured, you know, why not? So, this video that I'm going to be reacting to is, iiSU, iiSU. Full presentation by Usagi Shade. Now, I like this video so I can find it later to do the reaction on. I hadn't really seen any of it, so I don't know what to expect. But judging by the thumbnail, it appears to be maybe some sort of emulator um, that is either out or is coming out. And I love emulation. Like, I think emulation is a good thing. Oh, piracy. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, fuck that shit. Who cares about piracy? I mean, come on. Anyways, save that for another video. Let's just get right into it. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Okay.
Hey everyone, welcome to the first ever iiSU presentation, where I'll be covering every facet of iiSU and catch you up on its development journey. The initial
Alright.
teaser received so much positive reaction, even more than I could have ever
No,
anticipated.
shut
I
up,
still
mouse.
can't believe just how much my community grew after iiSU's announcement. I figured now is a perfect time to introduce myself, given how 80% of you probably never heard of me before. My
Nope.
alias here is
I have not.
Usagi Shade, but some of you might know me as iShade outside of emulation content. Career-wise, I live abroad, currently located in Asia, with a very high skill ceiling in animation and motion graphic design. Those familiar
Alright.
with my content are well aware that I've always been yearning for the perfect emulation experience when it comes to handhelds, especially in regards to front ends and their UI. After
Alright.
tons of years of not being too satisfied with any of the options currently available, I went ahead and put all my ideas on paper and designed a front end that's not only setting a new visual standard, but implementing innovative and nuanced features that aren't normally acknowledged in this field. Fast forward to now, and I'm able to develop iiSU, which at first glance is a home launcher borrowing the design philosophies of the PSP's cross-media bar and the 3DS's home menu experience, although that's barely scratching the surface. While many of you do understand the exciting implications of iiSU's existence, there's definitely a lot of you who might still be confused as to what iiSU actually is. Since not everyone is well versed in the emulation space, it's common to see a lot of questions regarding iiSU's entire purpose and its use case. I'll be covering all bases today, and hopefully put some ambiguity to rest by the end of everything. We'll be
Alright.
diving into the full iiSU experience from start to finish. Later on, I'll go over iiSU's current state of development, introduce you to the full team, and tease what's to be expected in the future with as much transparency as possible. Alright, I'm sure you're all excited, so let's get to it then. Here's an in-depth look at iiSU.
Alright.
Welcome to iiSU's dedicated homepage, the central
Ooh.
hub that allows you to easily access all of the features iiSU has to offer, as well as where you'll spend most of your spare time. We've recently updated
Ah. Can you fucking stop? Mouse. My mouse is being a bitch. Let me just go back and see if I can see anything. Alright, so looks like Kirby. Is that Epic Yarn? I think it is. Pokemon, Pikachu. Flipnote Studio. I missed that one. Me channel. Mario and Luigi, Link, uh, Earthbound, Animal Crossing, whatever the fuck that is. I don't actually know. It could be just some generic anime. I don't know. Looks like more Zelda. Oh, that's some cool artwork. There's that Smash Brothers. Alright, good lineup. Good lineup. I do have to say. Um, I like that they have the time and the date, which everything does nowadays. But it's cool to have such an option like that. And is that like users or something? Because on the hold on. Let me just. Oh, geez, the number, the view counter and the light counter is going up. Good. Let me just do that. Yes, yes, I know porn. Yeah, porn. I got a bunch of whatever, but that's not what we're here for. We're here for this. Um, right here. This seems to be the user experience, as in like where you sign into your account and like kind of like the Switch in a way. And that's good because I like that they're doing um more modern designs. All right, going back. Oh, jeez, I'm gone. I don't exist. Stupid mouse. No, help. Having mouse issues. No, no, don't drag the fucking screen. Don't drag the thing I'm reacting to. There, drag that because I'm God. Okay.
Page, the central hub that allows you to easily access all of the features iiSU has to offer, as well as where you'll spend most of your spare time.
All
We've
right.
recently updated iiSU's modal designs, aiming towards a more liquid glass finish. During the initial setup process, you'll be prompted to choose between
Am
Flat
I even?
UI, which closely resembles the style shown in the teaser, and iiSU UI, a shinier and more polished theme which we'll be utilizing for this presentation. In the
All
background,
right.
you'll hear the official iiSU home theme, composed by the legendary Thaddeus Silva, known for his extensive backlog of original concepts inspired by the Frutiger aero aesthetic Nintendo is known for. The main attraction here is the widgets panel in the center, acting as the main gateway to all of your shortcuts and anything else you might pin onto it. These can be instant links to any game in your library or purely cosmetic decorations. Some widgets have
All right.
specific functions like reminding you what you recently played, a random pick from your favorites, and even games you haven't touched in a while. These will snag a recent screenshot as their thumbnail, which I felt
Ooh.
would pull players in more than just displaying its icon. Beneath
And
all
you'd be
these
right.
widgets
You
is
got me.
one of 5 panels that can be navigated like pages, adding more room for new widgets.
All
Games
right.
aren't the only thing you can pin onto your home screen. With clear images, GIF support, and being able to edit every icon, you can customize your home screen to fit any look you want. We're thinking of adding even more widget types in the future, but we'll get to those a bit later. In the bottom,
Okay.
we have our button prompts displaying basic commands, including a menu prompt that will bring up iiSU's main menu screen, acting as a native pause menu for quick access to iiSU's core features and software settings.
Hold on.
Activating the
Hold on.
details
Go
prompt.
back. Go back. Go back. Go back. Go back. I just noticed that. Are you telling me that you're gonna be putting on top of just video games and emulators and all that access to videos, music, and other file types like images and whatnot? This is an all-in-one emulator. I am already upset. I like this. I say no more. I'm hooked. I'm all ready to go. I can't wait. Because it looks like it's like an early access or something like that. Um, so yeah, I'm ready right now. Just release the demo.
Screen, acting as a native pause menu for quick access to iiSU's core features and software settings.
All
Activating the
right.
details prompt would allow you to view more information about any selected object. This will have varying use cases depending on what part of iiSU you're navigating through. In terms of navigation itself, pressing the left and right bumpers will activate the universal navigation bar, which will
Ooh.
allow you to visit other parts of iiSU without ever getting lost. A lot of these
All
icons
right.
are still placeholders, so these may change by the time iiSU is released to the public. With this, we'll navigate the
Okay.
rest of iiSU's UI and take a closer look at the full experience.
All right. Core feature of any emulator.
Here's where all the UI fundamentals come together. The core experience behind your gaming sessions is the library you build for your dedicated device. What
Yep.
sets iiSU apart from pre-existing front ends is its focus on minimalism and simplicity, while also delivering something that's visually stimulating. We're stepping away from the hardcore collector's approach and simplifying the way that we display each platform and all of their titles. Rather than attaching a flood of information, we tuck the excessive parts within the details menu while only keeping the bare minimum right in front of you. Each platform has its own distinct gradient ramp with a symbol that indicates its system of origin without being too on the nose. It's just
Alright.
enough information that you can easily tell what it's trying to say. We can also see a game counter, which doesn't really need much explaining. I should make it very clear to newcomers that iiSU doesn't come with games pre-installed. These are
Of
added
course.
manually by the user, which means you're responsible for obtaining every title yourself, and iiSU will detect and display them accordingly. Google is also a very useful tool when it comes to that sort of thing, so
Yep.
I encourage you to do your own research and not expect any direct answers here.
I know where
Selecting a
I'm going.
platform will unravel its unique subset of games, where you'll
Wait,
be
wait, wait,
immediately
hold on. No! Go
which
back, go
means
back,
you're
go back.
only
What was
keeping
that?
them
No,
checked
shit.
manually by the
No,
user,
I
which
accidentally pressed.
begins
No!
distinct. Do
Fuck!
your own research and not
Okay,
expect any
hold on,
direct
hold on,
answers
hold
here.
on, hold on.
Selecting a platform will unravel its unique subset.
Achievements? There are going to be achievements? I'm loving this even more! Hell yeah! One of the best things about modern gaming, at least in my opinion, PS4, PS5, Xbox Series X, S, 1, even on PC with Steam, is the achievements. Even if a game sucks, if you're a trophy hunter, achievement hunter, something like that, it makes you want to play the game just to be like, yeah, I got achievements. Just to, I always give the game an honest try. And even if I don't like it, I go for one achievement. I try to have at least one achievement on every game that I own and play, on, PS3, 4, that sort of thing. Because I want people to know not only did I give it an honest shot, but that is very satisfying when you go on your PS3, 4, 5, whatever, and you get that sound effect and a thing in the upper corner, whether it be upper left, right, whatever, that says, "Oh, trophy unlocked, achievement unlocked." It lets you know that you accomplished something. And I like that more emulators are doing that too. RetroArch as well. And that's one reason I love RetroArch so much, is because of the achievement system that they have in that emulator, where you can go and play any game that supports achievements, sign into your account, and then bam, you're getting achievements. And I think that's one thing that the Switch is missing, and I think the Switch 2 also. I don't know why Nintendo hasn't done that yet. Come on, Nintendo. We're waiting for achievements, okay? We want more reasons to play the game. We want to play the games longer so that we can get platinum, you know? And I'm glad that, um, emulators are starting to do more of that.
Of games, where you'll be immediately struck by a game's distinct presentation.
Ooh.
This includes its curated media, as well as a soundbite that immerses you even further. Here's a few
Ooh.
of my favorite examples.
That took me way back. That takes me back even farther. Yeah. Good choice.
Launching a game will bring you into the experience completely, giving the UI a smooth exit, while the backdrop acts as a transition into what you're playing.
Hold on. Does every game have a backdrop like that?
Giving the UI a smooth.
Because that's another thing I like about modern gaming. On PS3, well, not 3, PS4 and 5, and that sort of thing. On PS4, it's easy to take screenshots. Like when you start up the game and it boots up this sort of thing before the actual game starts. A lot of times you have the ability to press the screenshot button, or press and hold the screenshot button to take a screenshot of that backdrop. And so much of it, like Doom 2016, for example, and Doom Eternal, have fantastic wallpaper-worthy backdrops. And that is something I like to see in a lot of, media, in a lot of, emulators and games and consoles, because it could also immerse you a little bit more just to and give you a small taste of what's to come. You see Doom the Dark Ages with that backdrop when you start it up, and I beat the game, by the way. Yay. Side note. Um, but it's so great to see that, you know, Doom has badass backgrounds and things like that before you start the game up. And it's good to see that so many emulators are starting to take notice of that, especially this. So far, this seems to uh, be a good option. Now, I'm gonna cast a prediction here. Here's my prediction for the rest of this entire video. My prediction is that this is going to outdo RetroArch. This is going to be the better option than RetroArch because of the presentation and because of the ease of access with the games. Yeah, RetroArch is easy to use and really good, and it's improving a lot, and you could do so much with RetroArch. But I think I'm seeing this, if I'm seeing it correctly, this appears to be an all-in-one emulator. As in, maybe something far back as the Atari 2600 all the way to like the Nintendo Switch or something like that. It seems to be a thing that, it is getting there to where it can run a lot of things.
Exit, while the backdrop acts as a transition into what you're playing.
Ugh.
For those of you who enjoy making collections, you'll also be able to sort your extensive library neatly by franchise. You can
Ooh.
even pin a collection to your homepage for instant access to those titles. I
All
have
right.
major plans for the collections tab, but that subject deserves an entire video on its own. More on that in the near future.
I like that Bulbasaur
Retro
gift.
achievements.
Hmm.
Playing your games doesn't have to be a bare bones experience, which is why Retro Achievements is a natural integration in today's emulation ecosystem. Not only does this feature bring the majority of your library to life with modern online features, but it incentivizes you to truly complete and master the games you loved growing up, as
All
well as
right.
classic games you might discover for the first time. I have an entire video on this topic if you're curious about this feature altogether. Within iiSU, retro achievements are at the forefront, being an integral part of your library in many portions of iiSU's UI. For now,
Wait, retro achievements. Is that the same thing that they where's my phone? Where'd my phone go? I know my phone is somewhere. Fuck, I lost it. No! Fluttershy, what did you do? I know you did something. Damn yellow rodent. Alright, if I know this video is gonna be lengthy anyway because it's a decently sized video, but if I have to stop every 2 seconds, um, retro achievements, right up there. Sign up, new sets and revisions. I think that's the thing that they use for RetroArch, which is a good thing because, yeah, I think it is. Alright, good to know.
we'll focus on iiSU's dedicated RA tab, which allows you to browse recently earned achievement badges based on your current collection. The
Ooh.
main view will categorize your compatible titles by platform. However, iiSU's UI will also allow you to categorize these games based on recent activity as well as their overall completion. We
Ooh.
initially showed off a 2x2 card selection view for this in the teaser, but you also have the option to toggle a list view featuring all the standard information you're familiar with in regards to its overall completion progress.
Very
What
similar
happens when you
to
collect every single
PS5.
badge and master a game? The game's mastery will be indicated by a gold bezel, which
Ooh,
can only be displayed when it's earned in hardcore mode. The notification bell at the
hardcore
top
mode.
will alert you in cases like these, also informing you if you've earned any new achievements. These stack over time along with any other recent activity, but we'll touch on those a bit later.
Oh, sweet.
Media browsing.
Media browsing.
One thing I loved about the XMB was its approach to browsing your personal media, with one of my favorite features being its built-in music player. With
Ooh,
iiSU,
yeah.
I want to streamline media browsing without ever having to leave the app. Similar to how
I
it's done in
love
the
that back
XMB,
on the
browsing
PS3.
through your local MP3 and WAV files would be like browsing any other content on iiSU, with the ability to have them playing in the background while you navigate through the rest of the UI. Maybe you'll even spot something when you open the main menu. By linking a content folder as your file directory, iiSU will populate that specific media category. The same can be done with photos or any videos you've saved locally. Within your
Alright.
game selection screen, you will find a media stack, which contains anything from screenshots, artwork, and embedded YouTube links revolving around the selected game. You'll
Oh,
be
cool.
able to add your own images, as well as link any videos you'd like. We could make it so that the media stack automatically plays part of a video when the game screen loads in, but this will default to displaying images during your initial experience. This media can also be used to decorate your homepage, or maybe set a wallpaper.
Oh, cool.
iiSU Network.
Ooh.
Beyond just the usual front-end features, iiSU prioritizes social connectivity, something that's been less prevalent in handhelds, especially when you narrow it down to portable emulation. iiSU Network will support third-party online platforms like Pictoverse, which is an app developed by the Richmond that takes heavy inspiration from Miiverse, allowing you
Oh,
to connect
sweet.
and post simple artwork under a wide variety of gaming-based communities. This
All
can be
right.
anything from Zelda, Pokemon, Everybody's Golf, Sanrio, you name it. This opens the door for other platforms like Pretendo and, of course, Retro Achievements.
Ooh.
The iiSU side of things will enhance a lot of the presentation and cater the experience for handheld users with varying screen layouts. A lot of third-party features will tie into their original source, but some functions are exclusive to iiSU Network. When you link your iiSU Network account, you'll have access to all of its core features, like posting a text status, drawing under any community thread, and being able to interact with public community posts from other users. This
Oh,
also
cool.
ties into iiSU's built-in friends system, which can be accessed on the top left corner. Here, you can see who's online, what they're up to, among a few other things, which we'll get back to. Your friends will be the first ones to appear in your welcome feed upon entering the Pictoverse tab, keeping you connected to the people
Cat can have
closest
my
to you at
kittens.
all times. Some features exclusive to iiSU's UI include instant messaging.
Good shot.
What better way to spend your time playing an intense game than to see your friends encourage you on screen?
Oh, cool. Hope you.
With iiSU, you never have to compromise your time with friends, even when you're in game. The instant messaging feature allows you to connect with your friends in real time or when they're away, making
Oh,
it a key
cool.
part of sharing experiences together. One of the biggest attractions here is the drawing feature, which allows you to send drawings to your friends if you're short on words or if you need an icebreaker. If you're hosting a NetPlay server, you can send a direct invite to any recipient, which they can join if they happen to have the same game.
All right.
You're also able to add multiple friends to an active chat and make the night even more fun.
Oh, cool.
This feature is still being.
Hold on. Wait.
You're also able to add multiple friends to an active chat and make the night even more fun.
Sweet. Okay, with that, my question is, and I wasn't really paying too much attention, but my big question is, will there be video or not video chat? I mean, you could put that there because the PS3 had that. Um, voice chat even because everybody's doing voice chat. Discord and Facebook and things like that. They all have voice chatting capabilities. So, will that ever be integrated into this? That would make it even better because you get a whole bunch of your friends together and you start playing, certain games, and then bam, all hell breaks loose in voice chat. That would be great. I would love to see that. Ooh.
This feature is still being worked on behind the scenes, so there's not a lot we can show or confirm as concrete at the moment. Here's a quick look at iiSU's biggest online feature yet.
Ooh. Is that gonna be like the H drop or something like that? Minus all the games. Ooh.
Introducing iiSU's Central Community Hub, where you'll find all sorts of downloadable content made by other iiSU users around the world. With
Oh,
a unique
sweet.
theme based on the time of year, there's always going to be something new around the corner whenever you load in. At the top, you'll see featured community submissions, which are assets submitted by iiSU users that have gained a lot of interactions and positive feedback. These can be anything from game assets to custom tracks for your menu. Beneath
Oh,
it,
cool.
you'll have easy access to every unique content category. Each category will have its own distinct tone and atmosphere, changing the backdrop to its own corresponding colors, so you'll always know what content you're browsing through. We'll only be focusing on custom themes today, but expect more information on everything else in the future.
I hope game media is like mods
Here,
or
you'll
something
find an
like that.
assortment of themes designed by users, which you can download and apply to your own iiSU experience. The main tab will showcase all the themes officially created by the iiSU team, with a separate tab that contains content created and submitted by the iiSU community. You'll notice some content contains a number of points required to download. This feature is something we're still discussing and figuring out, so we won't go into much detail in this presentation. When viewing content in Shopee, you'll see a much more detailed user post featuring more of the content's description, as well as the user who submitted said content. This form of community sharing will be a big part of what makes Shopee a collective experience, so you'll always feel connected to other users, even when you're just enjoying creations at your own leisure. Since the holidays are around the corner, we'll try out this festive theme.
Alright.
Here in the download page, you'll be able to view every bit of information regarding the content you're downloading. You'll also have the option to like, comment, and bookmark anything you engage with whenever you'd like. Not sure how you feel about a certain submission? If you'd like to know how others feel about it, tapping on the review tab will show you comments given by users who've already tried it out. This can be useful if you're trying to spend your points carefully. Everything looks good so far, so it's time for the fun part. Pressing the download button will begin the installation process, filling up a gauge that determines its progress.
Oh, cool.
After installing, your home screen will look and sound a bit different. Something I love doing every year is decorating my home screen with anything festive or winter related, and I'll only play
Makes
games
sense.
that fit the winter vibe for the entire month of December. Some experiences like Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Winter Games, Toy Day in Animal Crossing, Christmas Nights into Dreams, and the Snow Resort in Go Vacation really bring the entire mood home for me. I don't know, man. You can't tell me going up the ski lift at night with your buddies isn't the chillest thing in the world. I live for moments like these. To utilize Shopee to the fullest, we've also been considering allowing verified users to sell their original indie games, the kind of
Oh,
stuff
wow.
you'd find in itch.io. Fan games wouldn't be allowed to sell for obvious reasons, but if you wanted to share those for free, go right ahead. In terms of
Alright.
verification badges, we're
Cool.
thinking of 3 variations. Blue will represent official iiSU members, including special affiliates. Gold will be Shopee verified sellers, and red will be established influencers and content creators. At the
How
top
do I
right
sign
corner
up
is
for
your
that?
profile card, which will showcase your
I'll
account
play
badges
test.
as well as your stats across all relevant profile links. These can be your followers, current achievement data, your activity status, and so on.
E-channel.
Okay, I got a question about that. I mean, if you're watching this, I doubt you are, but if you are, how do I become a content creator for this? I will play test, okay? I will just I will review it. I really love this so far. This seems to be like the perfect thing that, gamers have been wanting for a while, not just in terms of emulation, but in terms of video gaming experience. The ability to customize your thing similar to how you could on the 3DS and things like that. And the way that you could have gifs, you know, animated gifs in your home screen is just fantastic. It's a good idea. You can literally make this your own so that if for whatever reason, you wanted to show it to somebody, be like, yeah, this is my iiSU, my iiSO, I don't know, iiSU. iiSU is the file format. I'm a dumbass, okay? I haven't slept yet. I'm tired. Cut me some slack. But yeah, like, I will playtest. How many subscribers or followers do I need? Hit me up. I'll gladly do a review on it.
Did you know? I think it's pronounced subscribe to Mr. Sujano or iiSU.
iiSU just dropped the sickest trailer I've ever seen in my life last week.
There is
One
an
of the
official
latest features
teaser.
being brought to iiSU is a dedicated news board. This way, you'll be able to keep up with current iiSU updates, new official content available in Shopee, server maintenance, among other things. You'll also be able to link different RSS feeds to keep up with other updates, like
Oh,
news
cool.
articles from Retro Achievements, IGN, Retro Game Core, etc. Who knows? Maybe you'll even be able to track future iiSU presentations this way. There's not a lot more I can say about this just yet, so more on this in the future.
All right.
DS mode.
Ooh, DS mode. That is
Showing off that
cool.
dual screen mockup in the teaser, people went insane. Honestly, iiSU's dual screen
Rightfully
mode is one of
so.
the biggest factors setting it apart from a lot of options out there, especially with its 3DS aesthetic feeling right at home in the AYN Thor. Yes, even in dark mode. With an
Ooh.
added screen, that means a lot of creative liberties had to be made for a distinct iiSU experience. However, the core features will remain intact. We're taking full advantage of the unique form factor and adding extra context that we couldn't before. In charge of the dual screen layouts is Nathan Lonis, iiSU's co-director and second in command. Given that both branches are part of the same experience, a lot of similarities can be seen right away, like the
Oh, wow.
previously explored home tabs, widget shortcuts, your entire library, as well as the exact same online features. However, for this iteration, we leaned heavily on that classic dual screen experience, like displaying game context on the top screen, easier touch navigation, quick menu, among a few other notable features that are only possible with a second screen. Helpful tip for me, pair the AYN Thor with an official Nintendo Switch stylus from Japan. It's
Ooh.
compact, responsive, and glides easily across the Thor's glass panel. This
Oh,
will
cool.
no doubt enhance your iiSU experience, with a lot of iiSU's features being implemented with dual screen in mind.
Alright.
That was definitely a lot of information, but I appreciate you keeping up with me so far.
Oh, there's
a few
more.
more things to go over before we end this presentation. First, I'll be answering the age-old question, will this be free? iiSU will be a free adless experience, including all of its core features, like the
Yes.
home menu, front-end functionality, media browsing, and even its online connectivity.
Yes! Yo, shit, I'm gonna fall off the bed. Yes! Oh! You, my good sir, are a great godsend to gamers everywhere. All of this for free? In this economy? You are a hero. You are a hero. You are a great person. Thank you. Makes me even more excited to want to play test this. I can't wait. Come on.
There will be a premium version of iiSU, which will add a ton of customization options, like being able to change the BGM and wallpaper, having
Huh, $5 for a one-time purchase. Not bad, actually. And the fact that it's a one-time purchase. Also, the fact that, this guy gets it. He's on par with Gabe Newell himself. These people know what us gamers want. We don't want subscription services. If we buy something, we want it to be a one-time purchase. And $5 for all of that? Hell yeah. And the fact that, oh, you're a little strapped for cash, you don't have $5? Don't worry, it's free! This I cannot stress enough how badly I want this to come out now at this this very second. Come on, give it to me. Come on. Also, is this gonna be for computers? You know, PC? Because that's the only real way I have to do it. Or hell, make it on a phone so that I have options.
more than one widget panel, access to custom themes, and uploading your custom assets to Shopee through the iiSU UI. This is all
Okay.
completely optional and not at all necessary to enjoy the full iiSU experience. I
All
want
right.
everyone to be able to enjoy everything iiSU has to offer, regardless of how they choose to go about it. If it hasn't become clear by now, iiSU goes far beyond being just another launcher. It's an entire platform, catering
Hell
to
yeah.
those who dedicate a lot of their time in the emulation space. We could see iiSU make its way outside of Android after its full release, but I wouldn't hold my breath until it's officially announced. There are some key benefits to creating something like a Linux port. However, for now, Android is the primary focus. I think we can all agree that it desperately
Android.
needs this. Let's introduce the entire iiSU team. At the top, we have myself as the founder, project director, and lead designer of iiSU.
Saki Shade.
I'm also
Alright.
funding this entire project on my own, so rest assured that I'll see this entire vision through to the end. Up next, we have our co-founders, Nathan Lonis being the co-director of iiSU, and Thaddeus Silva being our exclusive sound artist and BGM composer.
All right.
Just being introduced to the team, we have Sylvia Shin, who not only did most of the VAs for this video, but is also very skilled when it comes to interactive design, UX, and wireframing.
Oh,
Fun
cool.
fact, the first voice clip you hear in the video is actually my wife, so that's why it
Oh,
sounds
wow.
a little bit different. I decided to keep it in there anyway, just because I love the way it sounded. Totally no bias or anything.
On the development side of things, we have our lead front-end developer, Wesos. He's been killing it since day one, launching iiSU's first alpha build only 1 week after its announcement, with
Oh,
the second
wow.
alpha build already out within the same month.
Oh,
Other
cool.
front-end devs include Twig, Heki, and Radian, who specialize in the Android styling side of things, as well as native API functions and how some emulation features behave within the launcher itself. For backend, we have Leonie taking full control of the web APIs and iiSU's online functionality. She built the iiSU network profile system, which allows for a more personal experience. Harsh has been tackling the iiSU scraper database, where all of our unique assets will be stored to make the scraping process that much easier. This is something that users will be able to contribute to as well in the future. BD has been developing the friend system that allows for social connectivity between iiSU accounts. This makes it
Alright.
possible for various interactions to be had between active iiSU users. Lastly, King Ultron and JD Brands will handle any miscellaneous work that isn't necessarily part of the larger implementations, like web page layouts, extra designs, and any backend related tasks. It's honestly very difficult to tell just how long it will be before we see iiSU make its way to the public. I initially thought it would take about a year to even see a standard release, but with the way things are going, I wouldn't be shocked if we were able to launch iiSU as early as spring of next year. But we'll have to just
Alright.
wait and see how things go from here. We definitely plan on releasing the general experience first, while the online features take some extra time to be fully incorporated. There's
Makes
still
sense.
some new announcements to be made, and some exciting features I'm excited to share with you, but I'll have to save those for when they're officially ready. Expect more on iiSU as time goes on. I'd like to take a quick second to thank my supporters. You guys are the reason that iiSU is even possible to begin with.
That's so Pim.
I'm not even sure where the project would be right now had it not been for your contribution when I needed it most.
I'm sure he's talking about, like, you know, Patreon or something like that, where you know, give money and support. But you have my full support. I don't have money, but I I think this is a good thing. This is a great thing that you're doing. I I cannot wait to see this come to fruition. I need this in my life. This is my thing right here.
Want to make an iiSU account early? Well, at the end of this presentation, you're able to make your personal iiSU account before diving in. Those who have supported iiSU prior to this announcement have already been able to make their accounts early, and will have an early adopter badge pinned next to their name. I'll
Oh,
have
wow.
a direct link down in the description. Before I go, here's one last gift for you guys. Every single custom box art crafted for iiSU's UI, iiSU's official platform icons, including the complete PSD files to create and customize your own iiSU assets, will be attached in the description below as a huge thank you for the massive support we've been receiving so far.
Cool.
Please enjoy all of the months of hard work I've poured into these assets and have fun creating your own custom icons. Thanks again for all the support, and I can't wait to share more with you all fairly soon.
Wow. Nice recap.
Thank you for choosing iiSU as your new home. Can't wait to see you.
No, I can't wait either. Wow. That that was fantastic. I I had never heard of this project before. I've never heard of iiSU, right? I just saw um the presentation video, this one that you just watched, that I just watched, pop up on my screen on the PS5 version of YouTube. And I looked at it and I saw that it was more or less like just from the screenshots or like from the tiny small bit that they give you that it would be some sort of like emulator. But I never thought it was going to be like this. This is exactly what gamers want and what gamers need, especially in this day and age where, Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo, and, Activision, Ubisoft, everybody's just going crazy, with prices and bullshit. So seeing somebody that's working hard to make this a possibility, to make this a real thing, you have my full support. You, Usagi Shade, are amazing, and I cannot wait to see it come out. I am so hyped. I'm ready. Yay! Yeah, nobody can afford games anymore. That's why this exists. Nah. Alright, what are people saying in the comments? Well, aside from me saying I am so hyped for this, I didn't even watch the video, but I already typed in that I was hyped for it. We waited for peak and got a fucking Mount Everest. This running on a Steam machine would be the peak of emulation. iiSU Premium Edition. Oh boy, here we go. It's a $5 one-time purchase instead of a subscription. Oh hell yeah, I'm sold. Yeah. 99 plus missed calls from Nintendo. If anything bad happens to this, I'm gonna cry. Same. And I know that nobody from Nintendo is gonna be watching this, or nobody from anybody or anywhere is gonna be watching this. But do not, under any circumstances, fuck with this. On top of us being hyped and wanting to see this guy and his whole team have spent a long time making this. You know? And so many people want something unique, something different, something cool. And this is all three. All right? This is what we've been wanting for a long time. So you do not take this away from us. I've never heard of it until now, but god damn it, I don't know where this has been in my life. I don't even know why I've never heard of it. Because I'm obsessed with emulation. I love emulation. I think emulation is the best way to play a lot of video games. And I think also the presentation of certain emulators are also a good thing. And the fact that it appears to be taking from, the PSP and the 3DS, I love the way that the 3DS looks, in terms of the home menu and everything like that. Hell, I could get out my 3DS right now and just go crazy. But, you know, the way that even if you weren't going to be using it for emulation, the fact that there's a whole social networking that's going to be there, the fact that you could load pictures and music and videos and things like that and everything, and you could customize it basically how you want. This is perfection. I don't see this getting any better. All right. Now, will I be doing videos on like if this guy does updates, like if he makes another video and updates us on, certain features and aspects of this? Will I be doing videos on that? Maybe. I can't say for sure because I don't want to be a reaction channel. I mean, yeah, I want to do reactions here and there. This is just a random reaction video of something I thought was pretty cool, and I was right. This is bad. This is better than cool. This is badass. This is amazing. This is the best thing I have ever seen in my entire life, and I know that's saying something because I've seen shit. I've seen a lot of things that might make humanity explode into a pile of cheeseburgers, but this is amazing. I agree with this comment. It's roughly that whole tangent was exactly in response to that comment. Craziest marketing I've ever seen for an AYN Thor. I don't even know what that is. Is it like a new computer or something? The premium version is a one-time purchase. We won. Ah, yes, we did. This looks incredible, and I respect wanting to tackle such a big project, but I think y'all are biting off more than you could chew. The personalization features and retro achievements integration seem entirely plausible, but the community and online features are where I'm more skeptical. They would take a lot of time to implement properly on top of requiring constant moderation of messages, activities, and more. True. That's one thing I do worry about with any sort of social media that happens on these sorts of things. I mean, look at what happened to what was it, Miiverse or whatever the Wii U social media was, and look at how badly that turned out. You give people access to the internet in that regard, you get some weird shit. Um, On top of that, I think that there should be an option to disable all social interactions for people who just want to set up their emulators and games. True. I think that should definitely be a thing. Oh, wait, there's more. There's more. Also, where do the sound effects for each game come from? Can you select which channels you want to appear under a game's media? If you are using RetroArch, can you swap the cores? Can I create settings for specific emulators and choose which emulator launches a game? Where does the scraping for box art and titles come from? I still have a ton of questions about this front end. True, that is something I also kind of would like to know. Hopefully he addresses that in another video. More like FAQs and that sort of thing. Yeah, as much as I want something like this to take off with at least, or with at best, minimal issues, this seems just way too far-fetched for an indie project, and I was just thinking about, or through the whole presentation, no way they're doing all that. Yeah, I think that's also one reason why he said that he's going to focus more on, like, the social media aspect, the whole networking aspect later. Like, focus on the core aspect of why that is there, why they're doing, iiSU is emulation and control and things like that, and whatnot, and the social aspect will come later. Good, by the way. I agree with that. You don't want to rush any sort of social media thing. If the premium version is just a one-time purchase and the free one has no ads, how are they going to pay for the servers and everything needed for the online features? And judging by the credits at the end, the team isn't big enough to moderate a shit ton of users if the app blows up. Yeah, that's another thing. How would they do that? I mean, servers aren't cheap. Even I know that. Um, this feels like the soul that Nintendo consoles have been missing for some time now. They've been saying this is more important than sliced bread. True, it is. The online functionality straight up sounds more fun than online with modern consoles. This team is goated. I agree. I definitely agree. I mean, the fact that most, social medias and even, online functionalities with modern consoles, it just seems a pain in the ass. Like, it's not good. Like, yeah, it's good to chat with people or whatever, but I feel like modern, consoles are just missing something. Even with the online functionality, I've always felt like they were missing something that, um, yeah. Love the idea, but geez, the default UI in some parts is very rough and feels like it's more affect spam trying to emulate a feeling than intentional design. The designer typeface. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. I did not expect a flashbang of novel text. Alright. Yeah. You read all that. I ain't reading all that. Pause the video if you have to. I am not. I am not. Jesus Christ! It just keeps going! $5 for a premium? In this economy? Indie devs really be putting their heart and soul into a project costing around 2 dozen eggs. True! Pro levels the master, or Pro Doom the master levels. There. Civ 11. And all these people agreeing, more or less. Yeah, I would love for it to be open source as well. If there is any telemetry added to iiSU, please make it opt in, not opt out. Please make everything that wants to connect to the iiSU servers opt in. I agree. Um, give it Linux support, especially because the Steam Deck and Steam Machine. Exactly. Um, have principles. Thank you in advance for listening, and also thank you for your efforts with iiSU. I agree. Never heard of this guy ever in my life, but this guy is the GOAT. Yeah, same. The time has come, everyone. Prepare yourselves. Man the gates. Guard your handhelds. Remember, you were here to witness the greatness. I don't think you're ready. Can't wait for your reaction. Agreed. I was here. I was here too. Okay, what? Okay, I gotta find out. What is the AYN Thor? Is that a scope? Oh no. Wait, ATN Thor. I thought I typed in Y. There we go. I ain't looking at scopes for rifles. Come on. Oh, 300 bucks for. Okay, what is this exactly? PayPal unavailable. I don't care. I wouldn't be using PayPal for handhelds anyway. Maybe a Switch, but that's about it. Okay, so it looks like a 3DS. Oh, okay. How much for a 1 terabyte? 430 for a 1 terabyte? Not bad. 128 gigs for 300. 250 for, light. Not bad. That's actually really good. It's a good price. Okay, so it appears to be some sort of like handheld uh console thing. All right, so this actually looks like everybody's on board. Some do I mean some people obviously have questions and are worried. Honestly, same. I have to wonder about that too. Like there are some things that I'm wondering when it comes down to that, and yeah. And I gotta say, I like this. I like the idea that something like this could exist. I am fully on board with this. If I had the money, you bet your ass I would donate every single penny to the cause. Simple as that. I would love to see this, um, be a thing. And I hope that it's even better than we imagined. But I guess until that day comes when iiSU exists, I guess just you know deal with RetroArch for a little bit, and I like RetroArch, so I can wait. Um, but yeah, that's it for this video. I'm hyped for it. I'm ready to go. I'm ready. And also, yes, I am serious when I said that I would love to do a like a review of it. Also, like be some sort of like content creator for iiSU. I would love to do that. So if you're watching this video, hit me up. Maybe in my Gmail or something. Even though I don't really check my Gmail much. Just leave a comment in under this video, letting me know if you know I'd be able to do that because I'd love to playtest. I would love to review it. I would love to playtest it. You have my vote. Anyways, that's it for this video. Um, Ashley out. Yeah.